What's going on, everyone? This is Rainy Pass with a few thousand other people. Literally, I drove up here today. It's a Saturday. I know it's a weekend, and it's the end of summer, so everyone's out looking for the fall color. But I kid you not, there has to be 500 cars here. So it's me and a cast of thousands, and I'm working my way over to the trailhead on my way to the Heather Maple Pass loop. But it's just now 12 o'clock, so I came here for sunset, so I got plenty of time. I'm gonna work my way up to the ridge, to the boundary of the national park, and hopefully find some sunset compositions looking to the north. There's a bit of haze and smoke in the air, still left over from the California wildfires and a few others, so that might add some interest. It's definitely in the Puget Sound area, it's definitely made the sunsets, given them quite a red hue over the past couple days. So there's not a huge amount of smoke, just enough to make some interest in the atmosphere. So I'm going to work my way over to the trailhead with everyone else, and slowly make my way up to the ridge. Well, two things. I am literally blocking the trail here, and that is a bad thing to do on a busy weekend like we have this weekend. But the other thing is, you can probably see that this side of the ridge is now in shade. That's not a bad thing. I'm kind of waiting for sunset anyway, and I need to wait for the shadow of this ridge to reach the edge of the draw here beyond the lake, and that'll leave the far ridge still illuminated for sunset. But what I'm doing right now is I'm taking advantage of this indirect light on these larch trees. And so anytime you have a large tree which turns bright yellow in the fall against a white granite, it looks absolutely fantastic. The contrast is really interesting, and it makes for some great composition. So I've taken a couple between 300 and 400 millimeters, doing some edge patrol to try and frame the composition as good as I can in the camera. And so I've taken a few, and right now I'll show you a couple that I like the best. So now it's just a waiting game. So I'm waiting on the shadow of the ridge, which is right now. I'll show you the view through the camera. Basically the shadow of the ridge is right at the edge, the far edge of the lake. And what I want to happen is I want all of this valley, plus the peak on the left-hand side, to be in shadow, and the ridge in the background to be lit by the sunset light. So that's my plan. So I'm gonna have to hang out here for probably another 30 or 45 minutes until that happens, but I think that'll make the most interesting composition. Unfortunately, it's a blue sky day, so there's not a lot of interest in the sky, but hopefully with some sunset color, be able to make the most of it. Definitely some interest in the foreground with this fall foliage, so it's a much more interesting composition than when I was here in the summertime. But right now I'm just waiting on the shadow, and so I'm going to break out my stove, get myself something hot to drink, have a little dinner, and wait on the light. Well, I made myself some freeze-dried fusilli pasta from Mountain House. I figured since when I came up here I'd be waiting a while for the light that I wanted, and I'm doing that. I might as well bring my dinner along, so I made some coffee. Made myself a freeze-dried dinner. So I probably have still another 30 minutes or so to wait until the shadow gets where I want it to be and the light is what I want it to be. So I'm just going to sit here, enjoy this peaceful evening, and enjoy my fusilli freeze-dried pasta. That's actually pretty good. Real good. Well, the light's definitely changing, so I need to get busy behind the camera. I've had my dinner. I had myself a cup of coffee, so feeling pretty good right now. So what I was waiting on is the 4 in the midground to be in shadow and the background to still be illuminated by that late afternoon, early evening sunlight. And it is that way right now. So unfortunately there's not a lot of interest in the sky. So we're just going to have to take that for what it is. It would be great if there were some clouds that would catch some evening sunlight. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen today. So I don't know that the light's going to get any better than it is right now. And so I'm going to go ahead and take this shot. I'm shooting this f11. The only thing to be careful about, really not a problem with any modern camera, but the dynamic range of this shot. Again, you have 4 midground and shadow, background illuminated. So just watch that histogram to make sure you don't block out any shadows or blow out any highlights. But yeah, this is actually the same composition that I was at last year when I was here with Thomas Heaton. And Thomas, if you're watching, I actually met a fan of yours when I was here on the hike. Jacob, who's actually standing right here. We were talking about different places to hike, and so he actually mentioned your channel. So Thomas, if you're watching, I'll be disappointed if you're not, but I met one of your fans while I was out today. But I think this is going to be really the best that we can make with the conditions that we have. But pretty happy with it. I'll show you the picture now. Let me know what you think. All right, well, I got everything packed up and on my way out. I should get out, hopefully, before it is completely dark, because I didn't hang out until sunset. Actually, let me turn around here so you can see the composition. And I was waiting until the midground was in shadow, but you can see now that the peaks are putting the background in shadow, which makes it a little strange looking. So I'm not going to wait around for sunset. There's nothing in the sky that's going to catch the color. So I pretty much, I think, got the best light I could get. I was really happy with those larch pictures, so hope you enjoyed those, and I hope you enjoy coming along for this return trip in autumn, this fall in the North Cascades, return to the Heather Maple Pass loop. I'm going to end it here. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I always appreciate a thumbs up. Any questions or comments, leave those down below. And if you like this kind of content, hiking, backcountry, photography, hope to add some wildlife at some point, then at least consider hitting that subscribe button. So from the North Cascades, I will see you in the next video.